Hey, out here at Tennessee Knockout for the main event. Huge crowd out here waiting for the race to start. Just people everywhere. It was wild. So here we are about to start the race. This is actually not the very start, but I didn't actually get the clip of the start. But you know, obviously it was Trystan Hart followed by Manny Lettenbichler and Mario Roman coming into a grass track, and then from there they blast into this creek, big chunky creek. Obviously Trystan leading the way, followed by Manny and Mario. There was a few position changes throughout the race, but it was mainly Trystan just led the entire time, just blazing. First hill, craziness. Just watch. So then they come down off this hill, off a super steep section, and then blast up this creek. It's called RedBull Creek. So they go up and down the right side of the creek going up through some chunky rocks, and they eventually come back down the creek. So it's really easy to spectate. This hill they came down is actually super steep. Walking it earlier, you couldn't even barely walk it. So these guys riding down it is pretty insane. There goes Ryder LeBlanc. I think that's Wade Young, followed by Taddy Lazuziak, and then looks like Alfredo Gomez behind him. And here comes Trystan, still on the right side of the creek, coming up into a pretty gnarly section. What he does here is pretty insane. I saw this line while walking the course. He gets hung up here by Corey Graffunder. But then this line he takes is just a gnarly gap. When you see that in person, it's pretty awesome. Here comes Manny Lettenbichler up to the same section that you just saw Trystan in. A little different angle too.
6 minutes 45.
And then this spot where Trystan took that gap, Manny took a different line to the right, and looks like he makes a pass through here. Here comes Ryder LeBlanc. There's a bunch of position changes. I think Ryder was in 4th place at one time, 3rd place at one time. Made a decent mistake here, getting stuck in this crack, throwing sparks. And then we got Graham Jarvis and Cody Webb battling. They battled pretty much throughout this whole race. This was a 30-minute race. And Cody's only been back on the bike for not even a month after being down for, I think, nearly 6 months with a wrist injury. So the fact that he's doing what he's doing, making a top 10 finish is pretty incredible. And here's a bunch of the other pro guys making their way through the section. So given that it's a 30-minute, main event, they basically do as many laps as they can. So I think they make like 4 or 5 laps. So my footage is out of order, but getting the race, the actual sequence of the race in order. So these guys are coming through. This is possibly the 2nd lap, possibly the 3rd lap. And here comes Trystan now, coming back down the creek on the way back towards the finish, under this log here. And then through this pretty gnarly section here. Nice drop there. He's just super smooth. It just seems like he never runs out of energy. Followed by Manny through the same section. He had to come under the log. Almost got hit by the drone. And then Manny takes this line I saw while walking the course. This is like a 7-foot drop to flat. Boom. Nasty drop. And Manny was going through an ankle injury from the RedBull Straight Rhythm in Nashville. So I know he was struggling through here, hurting. But he still managed to get 2nd place. Followed by third place, Mr. Mario Roman, coming through that same section.
Fourth place, followed by Ryder.
Then we got, looks like Wade Young and Ryder LeBlanc. I think they went back and forth a few times. Wade eventually getting the best of Ryder.
Come on, Ryder!
Keep in mind, these guys are the best in the world. Pretty much top 10 guys in the world racing this race. Speaking of the best in the world, we got Graham Jarvis coming in here down this section, and he is in the same battle with Mr. Cody Webb, coming in right behind Graham here. So the next section coming up is further down the creek, and this is Trystan actually on one of the harder hills down the creek, coming up to lap Graham Jarvis, which is insane. A 30-minute moto lapping one of the best riders in the world just shows that Trystan was on another level. Revving his bike at Graham. I don't think Graham knew what was going on there. Who's lapping him? And here comes Manny Lettenbichler, second place, coming up that hill. I mean, it was a super rutted up hill. I mean, these guys were struggling on this, but obviously they make it. And then after Manny, you got, you know, Mario coming in for third place, podium finish. So that's your top three. You got Trystan Hart, Manny Lettenbichler, and Mario Roman. Overall, super fun time down here at the Tennessee Knockout, getting to watch the best riders in the world do their thing. I also got a whole bunch of other footage that I'm going to be posting, some highlight reels of some pros, some amateurs, just, you know, putting in the struggle, you know, out here at these crazy obstacles. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.